And a good roast fertiliser with a couple
Crashed.
of on the base can hold it in. The capsule damage, there's nothing you can do because that
The YouTube app crashed.
I haven't seen this yet.
Tony Barrion, hello. Don't know what happened. YouTube just disappeared off my phone. And I have enough battery as well.
It's making new growth, and that would be alright.
Because
what you tend to find
I ran the battery down completely.
It's supplying, it's taking the zinc out of the new growth.
But just in case, I've plugged this thing into a power bank.
But the older leaves look like they're up in the box. Could the glass spring? Yes, it could. You've had to. Yes, you've had to. I did wonder.
I'm able to trim the beginning of this video off as people connected back. It's the second time this thing has crashed. Last stream I did the same, but I thought it's because I ran out of battery.
If it looks different, give it another load.
I'll try it. Thank you.
Is there a time limit for how straight?
Thank you. And hopefully a solution as well. Thanks very much. And who has our final question, please?
I don't know.
Well, hello, panel. My name's Julia Long, and I live in West Charlton with my fabulous wife, Sarah George. Well, I mention that because my wife
So,
is the
John,
third
yes, it
child.
is.
So much so that when I suggest we go away for the weekend,
Alpha.
she often tells me that we can't, because you can't leave the garden. Please tell me what time of year might be best if I'm to try and persuade her that perhaps we can just leave it to its own devices for a while. Withdrawal symptoms, they're terrible, aren't they? You know, you're looking at your garden and you think, this shouldn't go away. You know, I've come away and I've got raspberries ripening and I've got cucumbers doing things and she's borders welling up to look quite nice. And I'm thinking, oh, I need just to tell yourself, oh. And there's certain times of the year when, you know, if you want to travel, you've got to travel. And I remember an exceptional gardener saying to me, you will never go on holiday if you want an exceptional gardener. And I think there's a modicum of truth in that, but equally there are times of the year when you're not doing quite as much. Now, does she grow all sorts of plants and vegetables and fruits and trees and what's she growing? Well, we've got a vegetable garden and we also have...
You're listening to Gardener's Questioning Time. Gardener's Question Time.
If you are looking at not feeling guilty at running away from the workload, because that's
Oh dear, look at that.
That intrinsic
So much corrosion, baby.
November would be the
I could do with a new knife.
You know, running up to, if you go into the spring, you've got this terrible, awful feeling of, oh my God, I need to be there, I need to be doing things. As you're going into the back end, you think, I need to be doing this, I need to be doing that. But of all the months, I mean, this is a personal thing, I would leg it in November. Leg it in November.
What sort of holidays do you like, Julia?
Well, I like quite a warm holiday, so I think Christine
No,
just
I
made
don't.
it a bit more expensive, actually. Please, you can fly. You want to go in this country, well, you haven't got any else chance, madam. Sorry about that.
Somewhere with a nice cosy log fire, maybe?
Well, okay, maybe I'll have to change my plan.
Yeah.
It would have to be what my husband calls magic boomerang time.
Hello, Choo Choo.
Children's
Sorry about the interruption.
years ago where I think
Don't know what happened.
the child threw the
YouTube just
boomerang
crashed itself.
and went, and then time stood still. And he says that's what happens from about November through to...
It's a shame because I had loads of people connected previously.
You won't miss those. And probably there's quite a few different and very unusual cultivars. So
YouTube, you're not doing very much to endear yourself to me.
I think November is your best month.
Honestly, oh, come on, save me.
Well, they're not wrong, because that is when the workload is dropping. However, they're a little too early. You see, I I had this problem over the years. I don't want to leave my garden any time. But then I found two things. First of all, the first week in December, towards the end of the first week, all the holidays get very cheap because nobody wants to go anywhere 2 weeks before Christmas. Secondly, if you disappear at the end of the first week of December and go on a long holiday, you don't need to send any cards, you don't need to buy a Christmas present, you don't need to go to any awful parties. You come back after it's all over and start the new year afresh.
Oh, you star, bless you. Top tip, thank you very much.
I've just sold you a winter
I
holiday.
think you might just have done.
Wonderful. Good luck. Well, that's all we've got time for this week. Thanks to everyone for your questions and for being a great audience here in South Somerset. And thank you for listening. We'll be back with more next week. Please join us on Friday at 3 or Sunday at 2 if you can, or any time on BBC 7. But in the meantime, from me, Peter Gibbs, and the panel, Christine Walton, Rob Flowerdew and Anne Swinnerbank, goodbye and may the weather be with you.
Gardener's Question Time was produced by Dom Timon. The assistant producer was Totsie Woodcock. And it's a Something Else production for BBC Radio. We have a short story next, but first we're going to look ahead to 4 o'clock. Here's Matthew Bannister.
On today's last word, Sir Horace Opie, the director whose films told stories of the experiences of black people in Britain. Sue Gorman, who campaigned for justice for the victims of the contaminated blood scandal after her own husband was infected with hepatitis C. Roger Whittaker, the singer, best known for his hits Durham Town and The Last Farewell, and his skill at whistling. And Gene Coombs, the naturalist whose meticulous
Whistling
records of
Roger
the moment when
Whittaker.
trees came into leaf in the spring cast light on the effects of climate change. They're all coming up with me, Matthew Bannister, after the news at 4.
Now on Radio 4, a specially commissioned short work from the Northern Irish writer Emma Kane. The reader is Andrea Uva.
Goosegrass by Emma Kane. We proposed last night. Professed your love on a canal in Venice in a gondola under the Bridge of Sighs. You waited until sunset, timing perfect. A union blessed, if you believe the legend. You planned it meticulously, spent weeks choosing the ring, told no one of your plans for the jeweler. A cluster of diamonds on a gold band, tucked away in your toilet bag. An invitation to commit yourself entirely. A complete surprise.
Hey Google,
Every
set volume to 6.
I've never been married. I loved you with a knuckle-white grip from the moment I laid eyes on you first sight. You accepted my love, depended on it all those years. Now your heart belongs to another. Not that I ever really had your heart. I'm happy for you, truly. I can't hold you back, stop you. I must let you go. With love. Your father ran away when I told him I was pregnant. Sydney. Other side of the world. He didn't leave a forwarding address. I didn't blame him. I'd have run too if I hadn't had you to think about. My own father needed to hold someone accountable. His wee girl tarnished. I remained tight-lipped, glad one of us got away. He couldn't look at me, smouldered like a snuffed-out flame. Buried himself in the papers, the news, the troubles. Something he could relate to, understand. His mantra became, sure, nobody's dead. I was lucky. Someone else's parents might have reacted differently. The laundries were still very much in operation. They didn't send me away, put me out. They gave in. Credited themselves for being broad-minded. I was my own person, their creation. They allowed me my values, respected my decisions, supported me. Didn't stop them from being ashamed, though. They couldn't help it. Catholicism. Beliefs sandblasted onto them like gravestones. Got me out of Sunday Mass. Thought that was a good thing until I missed it. The social aspect. To be included, part of something, a community thing, a family thing. A daddy and daughter thing. He went without me, hidden away while my middle expanded, my essence shrunk. It's the way things were back then. You appeared in the middle of the night. The lungs on you. I loved you instantly. So did they. It was hard not to. Behind closed doors, my dad cooed at you, rocked you. Mammy paraded you around the town. It wasn't her cross to carry, wasn't yours either. You were an innocent, heaven sent, without sin. You'd be baptized, of course, in the chapel, cobwebs blown off the family christening gown. An angel in white. As for me, the priest was summoned to talk to me, encourage me to make a confession, receive my sacraments, return to Mass, ask for forgiveness. I was destined never to wear white. My mother always had a knack of saying the wrong thing at the right moment. You've made your bed, love. You'd just been born, I was struggling. It's a big ask to take on another man's child. My 20s, I hung my head, kept my gaze low. You'd want to watch you're not left on the shelf. My 30s, changing times.
And I'm done.
It's a lonely life you've made for yourself, lady.
Finished.
40s,
I say
At first I was hopeful. Nursed a notion of meeting someone who wouldn't want to run
I
away
think
from
we
me,
can
from us. But a man who'd love me enough,
start
or
on
you enough
building
to
this
take us
thing
both on. Who'd propose we'd be married, a family. I'd be
Bye-bye.
socially accepted, an honest woman. Could leave disgrace
Next
at the
time you see
door.
me, probably
But shame sticks,
putting this thing together.
wraps itself around you like goose grass.
Thanks, John Choo Choo,
Hadn't banked on that.
Tony Varion.
I took it on, carried it for
Lego
all of us,
time.
a heavy penance. It shaped me. I stayed
How do I
small,
stop this?
stuck, hard
Are
to
you
shift
sure that you
you,
want to stop
difficult
streaming?
to disentangle.